Hi, I'm Rick, and we're going to take a quick look at how to drain the lower leg oil in your outboard, whether it's on your big fishing boat or your duck boat or whatever. I'm going to use an example of a common motor, OMC, older motors. What you're going to need to do it is basically you're going to need a screwdriver and a rag. You're going to need some lubricant. Now I use a gear oil. You can get from your local automotive store, you can get prescribed fluids like this for OMC, or if you have any leakage, which what we're discussing in this is you got also your Lucas oil treatment you can mix with your leg oil. And we will take a look at where the screws are on the outboard. You'll need a canister to drain it in and something to sit on, and basically we'll start from there. On most of your outboards you'll find a number of screws on the bottom. Some of them will be marked oil and drain. There's one, and there's the other one right there on the leg. And that's what we're going to be looking for on the other engine on the other boat. There's my drain and my crate to sit on, and you'll see there's one of the drain holes there, the other one's there. Now I've got them camoed over, but what that is silicone seal on top. I usually seal them, and that lets me know that when it's all broken up, it's me that's taking the screws out, so then I reseal them. That's just personal preference. I removed the silicone from the screws, and they look similar to the one I showed you in the other picture. Your basic concept is to loosen both off. Should be a fair amount of strength required, not tons, just a bit. Okay, you're going to undo the top one last. I'm going to undo this one first. Now I don't know if you can see it. There's actually water leaking out of this right now, which means I'm a little overdue for my change. So I'll take this screw here first. Now what'll come out, it should be a mixture of oil. Now when you see water come out like that, you definitely got a problem. Now you should always be a seal on the screw. It should usually be mixed in with the in the hole. We'll check that out later. So there's a little bit of oil starting to come out now. Oil sits on top of the water, of course. So when you let your motor settle for a while, instead of it all being ground up like into a mixed up into a foam, a white foam or a yellowish foam, it's separated well. It's been sitting for a couple of 3 days. I haven't had it out for a while. So now this is what's happening. The oil's starting to come out and the water. So then you undo the top screw. And there you go. You can see it coming out. So what you do is you let that drain, and we're going to check both of the holes to make sure that we've got a washer in each one. There's actually a washer in this one. I can see it, and I'll check the lower hole. So we'll let this drain, and then we'll show you how to check it. We know there's water in it, so I don't have to guess. And then I'll show you some other motors I did, and it gives you an idea what the fluids look like. When you're doing stuff like this, you want to make sure that you have your drain set up properly so that you're draining into a catch can. You can take the oil and dispose of it properly, whether it's a local oil depot or anything that's green and environmentally friendly. This is one way to fill them up, which is you can buy it in stores. Basically this goes into the container, a square, rectangular bottle or round bottle, and you just pump, and the oil goes in, and you keep pumping until it starts dribbling out, and then you're filled. Some people will even use a little oil can to top it up, but once you got the oil coming out, you're basically 99% there. Mercury does not sponsor me, even though I'm showing their product. Make sure that this adapter fits the bottom hole right here properly. You don't want to have a stripped thread. Okay, I'm going to use this container here to fill it up, and I've got it positioned in case I lose any oil. Once again, you can add to your oil the Lucas, which is not, I'm not sponsored by Lucas either, which is great stuff for leaky bottom ends like old motors like this. And consult with your dealer, Canadian Tire, whatever it may be. Once again, I'm not sponsored by them either, as to what would be the right lube for your legs. Older motors different than newer motors. Alright, this is the part where I drop a few screws and swear, so I'll try to keep that to a minimum. Basically, you want to have your seat where you can get at it. Make sure your container of oil is full to the top so you don't push a lot of air in. Now, once the oil starts coming out here, I've got the container set so it's going to go inside. You want to get the top screw in. That stops the oil from flowing out. Then you hurry real quick and get the bottom one in. As you can see, there's the level of the oil. It's basically to the top. So you get it in the bottom hole, get your catch oil set, and you start just gently squeezing. You can see there's little teeny air bubbles going in with the fluid, with the gear oil. Now these OMCs hold more than some other models, but these are the older motors. Again, this is all gear case in here. All this is gear case, that's your prop shaft. And it'll fill this up to right about here. And that's full. And that's your water intake. I'm not talking to people that don't know anything, I'm just explaining it to anybody that sees the video. So you just gently keep squeezing the bottle. I can't speed, there you are. It's starting to come out the top. I get the top screw ready to go. Now if I do any swearing we may have to delete it. So there we go, we got that, which is this. We get it started, hopefully. We've got something going on, I don't know what. So we get my screwdriver, which I've got over here, and we get it started in there. Alright, I'm not going to tighten it yet, just snug. And here's the part where I start doing the swearing. Trying to get this in here before too much drains out. I got it. I just have to get this in. There we are. Don't cross thread it. Make sure you got your washers. I checked, they're all in the holes there. Any water that gets in is going to get in from here, where your seals are, where the shaft comes out of the bottom. And you basically just wipe down the residual oil that you've dripped, and you want to try and keep that stuff out of your oil, because I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that afterwards. Plus you got to clean this off pretty good. You don't want that going into the water. You got to be nice to the environment. You go fishing for a reason. Put enough of that oil in there and you won't have any fish to go catching. Alrighty. Alright, how you doing? What we're going to do, we're going to take this stuff we just drained out and we're going to drain it into one of these dried drink bottles. Which when you're finished with what we're going to show you what to do, you can also dispose of it properly and environmentally friendly. Alright, give me a sec and we'll get this set up. Alright, this is the liquid that we just drained out of the lake. Now you can see that it's murky. And there's already water, which you saw the water coming out at the bottom. These are other bottles that I've had from other motors, and I've let them stand. Now it's going to be hard to see, but with the light behind it you can see that the oil is separated, or the water separated from the oil, and I'll let you know what's going on with your lower leg. And you can see through it if you can get the light in behind it. So basically, that's how you take care of your older motors. And for you with the newer motors, okay, fine, you know, can't do it, you live in the city. Take it to your local dealer. People like me with duck boats, fishing boats, etc. We take care of our own business because it saves us money, and this will all be disposed of properly. Hope it helps you out, and I may do a video while I get the boat out on how to set up a duck boat. But you have a good evening. Thank you.